Makan sudah bang. Ini namanya singkong kremes. Pakai singkong kuning. Pakai singkong. Bikinnya itu pakai, jadi digoreng 2 kali. Jadi seharusnya saya rekam cuma males. Jadi singkong ini saya pakai singkong kuning. Saya paling enak sih pakai singkong putih. Singkong putih dipotong-potong, habis itu dicuci, terus direndam pakai air garam. Nah setelah itu digoreng di minyak panas. Enggak, di minyaknya jangan terlalu panas lah, setengah, supaya karena tekstur singkong ini kan keras belum dimasak, jadi supaya dia masuk gitu ke dalam matangnya itu di dalam. Nah kalau sudah itu siapkan air dingin, campur bawang putih sama garam, sama mungkin bawang putih, garam, sama sama penyedap rasa.
Air.
Oh iya, sama air tadi juga bilang. Nah air, kalau bisa sih air dingin. Kalau umpamanya sebaiknya lebih bagus lagi kalau masih yang bagus tuh pakai es batu. Jadi air ditambahin es batu yang bersih gitu. Nah setelah itu, jadi nanti setelah singkongnya yang digoreng pertama itu udah mulai agak matang, itu diangkat, langsung dicelupin tuh di air dingin. Nanti dengan sendirinya dia akan mekar. Nah setelah mekar itu dimasukin kembali, digoreng ulang. Nah setelah jadi deh, nah digoreng sampai kering, jadi deh kayak gini nih tuh. Jadi daging singkong itu lembut. Memang untuk hasil yang bagus sih kalau bisa digorengnya jangan di wajan, karena nanti panas di wajan itu kan menyebar ya, memuas gitu ya. Kalau saya tadi gorengnya pakai panci kecil gitu, saya isiin minyak, taruh di dalam. Sama enak. Sambalnya masih bagus. Nggak bakal pakai sambal sih.
Masa pakai sambal itu?
Mau kenapa? Boleh kok. Sambal. Aduh, mesti. Nanti sendiri tahu artinya apa. Tapi menu ini nih dilarang sama tidak saya sarankan buat orang yang darah tinggi, kolesterol, karena minyaknya itu banyak banget.
Memang minyak bikin kolesterol.
Nah, jadi kalau mau makan singkong goreng ini jangan sering-sering lah. Dan 2 tahun sekali atau 6 tahun sekali.
Berarti makan begini langsung 6 tahun lagi.
Iya, 6 tahun lagi baru makan.
Ini jangan kasih habis ya.
Maksudnya kan gorengnya lama.
Kalau pakai jualan bangkrut.
Mama.
A shucked West Coast oyster. I could definitely crush a dozen of these easily.
Dia makan gitu kerang mentah-mentah.
European flat.
Hah?
Dia makan kerang mentah-mentah.
Known as Milan
Huh?
oysters. First step for these is to remove the base.
Belajar dari siapa tuh?
Find the hinge. Right where
Tidak,
the two
dia
shells connect.
dia lagi bikin video bagaimana cara buka itu. Seafood ya, ada kulit kerasnya gitu.
Until you get that
Mau makan lagi?
that
Enggak, nanti.
I'm trying my best to keep the oysters flat in my palm as possible, just to not leak out all of those juices. Free up
Ini makan apa sayur?
that bottom muscle.
Ini jam berapa
There
nih?
you have
Oh.
a
Kita baru makan.
European flat chopped oyster. I don't like these oysters. I'm gonna taste them. Yeah. Alright.
Saya rasa
It's like licking a battery.
pakai santan apa
Prince
tadi
Edward
tuh?
Island mussel. These mussels come from Prince Edward Island off the east coast of Canada. One important thing, if it's alive, it should
Sekarang
be
nih
tightly shut.
semua mudah.
Or if it's open a little bit, as soon as you touch it or tap it or give it a squeeze or something like that, it should shut up by itself. Within the mussel, there's probably going to be a little bit of sand and grit. So definitely take at least minimum an hour to purge your mussels and give it time to release that sand. Your next step is essentially going to be removing the beard of the mussel, which is what the mussel uses to attach onto rocks or if they're farmed onto the ropes that they hang from. You'll find it on the flat end of the mussel. Kind of looks like hairs. You're going to want to grab onto those, get a good grip on them as you wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Once you have the beard exposed a little bit more, you'll pinch it between your two fingers, really focus on wiggling, 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 and then it'll just pop right out. And your mussels are ready for it. Hard-shelled clams. Depending on where you're from, you're going to call them something different. A little neck, a count neck, a cocktail clam. Some people will call this a top neck, a cherry stone. At the end of the day, they're all hard-shelled clams. You're absolutely going to need a clam knife. One side, the back of the knife, totally flat. Super thin blade and a slightly sharpened edge. It helps to slip into the pan easily. I like to check out the lip of the clam, find the slight gap within it, set my knife in that hinge, squeeze, and sort of wiggle a little bit until you find that opening. It's going to want to be pretty tightly closed. So you're just going to pop it open slightly. Once you have that gap ready, you'll come in along the sides, just scraping the very top of the clam. Cut one of the mussels that's holding it on that side, and we'll do the same exact thing on the other side. Stay really tight to that top shell until you feel that pop. Once you do, you're going to scrape that top shell until it just pops right open. Separate from one bottom hinge here, one bottom hinge on this side, free up that meat, and you have a shell. I think they can stand up to oysters. Soft shell clam. Also known as a steamer clam. We're just going to want to do a very
Padahal
quick
kerja apa?
blanch. Basically just a
Padahal
splash
kerja
of
apa sih?
water right
Bengkel.
out and into an ice bath.
Tapi
You
sepi.
essentially just want the clam to
Iya tuh,
separate
lagi
from
lockdown,
the shell and make it really easy to work with. So
Yeah.
after blanching, you'll see that the clam has opened up. These clams burrow deep into the ground. This portion here, the siphon,
Ada istrinya.
is what actually comes out of the sand to retrieve water and
Istrinya
food.
punya.
So we'll start with
Gimana?
that facing upwards. Burrow
Di
deep
ini.
into the ground. This portion here, the siphon with the neck, is what
Sering
actually
jual
comes
barang
out of the
second.
sand to retrieve water and food. So we'll start with that facing.
Jadi orang mau beli tuh males.
Facing the
Nah,
clam
murah.
towards
Ya
you
gitu agak
with
mahal
your
sih.
clam knife.
Apa tuh? Second apa?
You're
Ban.
just gonna rub along the sides.
Emang itu kasih tau kalau itu barang second.
The clam is completely separated from the shell itself.
Oh.
And they just fall right out after a quick blanch. You
Ban
can see
motor kah ban mobil?
an extra membrane here. Peel that right
Di
off
mobil.
of
Oh.
the siphon portion. You'll see a set of gills
Impor dari
right
Jawa.
here,
Ya impor. Apa?
a couple of other organs.
Kirim dari Jawa.
Just peel all of that away with a knife, and the neck we can just scrape away any dark bits on both sides. We want to ensure that there is no sand or grit stuck in the siphon. Cut it right in half slightly.
Kemarin kasih masuk ini enak ya.
Give it a quick scrape. Once you have all of these cleaned, the clam is out and trimmed. This is ready for your chowder. It's ready for frying. It's ready to eat. Razor clam.
Lama.
The meat is very delicate on
Dia
these
punya kerang
razors,
masak kayak
so
begini.
when I prepare razor
Kerangnya
clams, I like
panjang.
to use a blunt object,
Kerangnya
nothing
panjang
really
kayak
too
kuku
sharp.
gitu.
So I will
Tuh.
take
Oh,
a
iya.
offset spatula. There's again a top shell
Iya.
and a bottom shell. Find the gap.
Itu dari di tanah begini toh. Pasir
Attach
begini
the
bagian
membrane
cap.
on the top shell, same on the side shell. Enter in really tight onto that top shell and just start peeling away the membrane. Making sure you take your time to get it around. Once that side's free, flip it and do the same exact thing to the other side. Once it's open, should just peel right off. Scrape out anything that's stuck. You have the foot, you have the siphon, and when you flip it, you'll see the belly and the intestinal tract of the clam. You're going to grab a small knife, and we're just going to trim away belly, the foot, just tougher, more nasty parts that you don't necessarily need. Occasionally there are grits of sand within the siphon itself. Straighten it out as best you can, and using a sharp knife, not cutting all the way through, just being very gentle to open up that siphon. You can see it's pretty clean. We'll give it a little rinse. What I like to do is really thin slices of raisin. I think they have like a really beautiful, sweet flavor to them. Gently pan-seared is great, but raw is the way to go. Gooey duck. Gooey duck are definitely some of the more unique looking shellfish that we're going to be working with today. This is a West Coast shellfish.
Gooey duck.
They're the largest burrowing clam. Very sought after, well known in the sushi community. First steps when looking to prepare gooey duck, you're going to need to purge it. Basically, you're going to submerge it in salt water for at least an hour. Your next step is going to be
Siapa yang bilang?
quick
Dia.
blanch in
Tidak,
some
betul
boiling
betul
water,
memang.
15 seconds,
Siapa
right into a
gua
nice
sih?
bath. This will allow the gooey
Tidak
duck
tahu.
to separate from the shell. Also will allow us to remove
Mau
any
gua
extra
sama
debris
sih.
that might be tough.
Maksudnya bentuk siapa bugos ya?
So let's blanch it now.
Mau saya.
Our gooey duck is now blanched, and we're going to point the opening of the shell out. Come in here and put your knife right up against that shell and really just follow that line. You want to be very careful to not puncture the actual meat of the gooey duck. Once that side is free, you do the same
Kamu
exact
makan
thing
sayur ini?
on the other side.
Pedis. Apa? Pahit.
Is
Enggak terlalu sih.
this little part here.
Ini kayak tadi saya suka kasih garam, kenapa kurang garam?
Out of the shell, there are a few parts here that we're not going to want. This siphon has a membrane over it, so it gets connected down from all the way at the bottom. You'll just release some of the extra and just start to peel it off.
Merasa sedikit enggak?
In this rounded area, you're going to have the
Untuk
stomach
nggak
and
bisa
the belly.
masak.
So we're going to remove that. You can see it kind of hangs off. We're just going to come in, straight down like that. And we'll do the same thing to the other side. So this will go. This will get split pretty much into these sections here. We're going to want to open this siphon up. Just to ensure that there's no sand or grit or anything like that in there.
Mana?
Making sure to make
Itu.
shallow cuts, just
Dia lagi
enough
potong.
to get it open. I don't want to cut it
Tuh.
directly in half. So in there we can see a little bit of sand. Just pour it off. And we have some extra organs in here that we're going to want to clean up. So just gently with the tip of your knife, you're going to run it just along the edges. It is hollow right behind it, so your knife will slip through if you're not careful. Same thing to the other side. And we'll just peel this right out.
Itu orang apa ini?
And we'll trim the edges there.
Orang Cina cuma besar di Amerika.
You'll notice some discoloration on the siphon itself here when you're working with the product from live to finish. So if we get some salt here and some water, we can actually use that salt to scrub the outside, rinse off any excess salt. And you can see already the color is starting to brighten up on
Masih kalau
it.
dibelah
Slice
begitu.
it super thin,
Huh?
enjoy it raw. It's just a clam. Don't let its appearance deter you from picking one up if you see it. Cockle. Cockles have been described as more complex than hard-shell clams. They just have an extra level of savory, an extra
Ini
level
yang
of
kurang.
umami, an extra
Sedap.
level of ocean goodness. Similar to an oyster, we will go in where the hinge meets, and we're just going to wiggle. Just wiggle until you feel that pop. It's just happened. You're going to run the knife really tightly along the top shell there.
Ini kan bisa kita makan kan?
Do
Ah,
it to both
bukan.
sides. You're going to free up
Kurang
any little bit of
hijau.
meat. At the bottom there, you'll do
Orang
the
ini
same
penting.
thing. Cutting the muscle that connects the cockle. There you have a shucked cockle. Abalone. Abalone is a type of sea snail, super well known and sought after for their really white, firm
Berbagi
meat,
sa laptop
which can be quite expensive, and also for their really gorgeous mother of pearl shells.
besar itu.
Really beautiful creature. So, to prepare an abalone, what I like to do is I'll take a also
Abalone.
special blunted object, and you just go in around the sides of the shell and start freeing up the meat. Okay, under that membrane as best as you can until it is freed up from the shell. So when you pop the abalone out of the shell, you'll see just a stunning array of colors on the inside of their shell, and you'll see a hot mess of a shellfish in front of you. I'm going to show you how to clean that up now. The white meat here is what you're going to want to get at. There are some organs around it. Those all just come right off. And just by hand, start peeling off extra stuff here. I mean, this meat is just really, really firm, really beautiful. We'll give it a quick little rinse just to get off some of this extra stuff. So using a small paring knife, I'm essentially just going to start trimming any little extra black parts. Should come off if I just scrape it. That's a shucked, cleaned, and trimmed abalone. Conch. This is a type of sea snail. They live 20 to 30 years actually, so they get fairly big as they get older. They actually grow with their shell. So first you want to identify your crown of spikes. They'll have one larger one here, something a little smaller, and then a tiny one around the spiral. What you're going to need to do is make a hole in the shell between the second and third. You want to just sort of tap slightly, just breaking away little pieces at a time. From here, I'm going to use my offset spatula, something without an edge, and I'm just going to go along the top of the shell and just sort of run the spatula along that shell, just to free up the snail from inside. So just take your time, don't force it, just going on all different angles. There we go. You'll get a grip of that foot and just start to pull it out. Down here, this is a hard shell. You're just going to trim that away. You just want to trim away any sort of dark stuff on there. We're left with a really nice, firm piece of shellfish that lends itself really well to being sliced very, very thin. I mean, this is great for sashimi, but I mean, I suggest almost all shellfish be tried raw at least once. And that's how you prep a conch. Sea urchin. So they're covered in spines. This is essentially their defense mechanism. It's how they move around. It's how they capture food that they're going to get. They have a set of extremely delicious roe sacks within them that most people know as uni. You want to be very careful not to get pricked by the spines. Handle them gently. Flip them over. That is the urchin's mouth. I like to use a little paring knife for this. And we're just going to go right around where the mouth is and just free that up for us so we can get our scissor. There'll be a fair amount of liquid. Again, I'm not going super deep. I just want to be enough so that it's free.
Enak kah?
We'll take a bowl and we're just going to
Lombo-lombo kayak
peek out. We're just going to dump all that out. If you look closely, there are some divisions within the way that the urchin is set up. You want to take a pair of shears and get in kind of in between one of those sections.
Itu kalau kau injak bagaimana?
Jak kudu pernah injak itu.
Do another one on the other
Aku pukul pakai balok 55 itu.
And we're just looking
Dia harus dipukul.
to pretty much meet these two cuts. We'll just start trimming.
Saya dulu tuh kaki tuh tak tusuk. Apa paku tuh saya selesaikan
Kind of
sendiri.
just peel right off. You can see already the really beautiful bright orange roe that's starting to expose itself. Just all of this is in the way, so we're just going to get rid of that. Pretty much you can just shake it out.
Itu apa?
You can use your finger. I like to use a little offset spatula. Just free anything out that's getting stuck. Being super mindful of these really delicate roe sacks that you don't want to disturb.
Baru.
You can really start seeing them. Take a slotted spoon where the roe sack was attached to that top layer. You'll come in with the tip of your spoon and pretty much just start scooping them out. And they pretty much just hug the side of the urchin. So you just want to follow the same shape that the urchin has naturally. I'm going to take the roe sacks,
Di mana-mana kuning itu kenapa telur?
just gently
Hah?
Nah, itu bukan dia telur.
Dia apa?
get in there with your hand, shake them a little bit, very gently, just to knock off any of that extra organs
Itu
that are on there. You are ready.
Extra
to
organ.
enjoy one of the most delicious things in the sea,
Oh, dia lemak.
sea urchin roe.
Nah, itu dia pedaging
Put it
itu.
on your hand like so, and just super
Lemak.
delicious. East Coast sea urchin. Looks really different than the West Coast variety, but the procedure is still exactly the same. Turn it around onto its back, only using the very, very tip of my knife. And we're just going to dump out all of the excess liquid and seawater, and we'll pull.
Organ kayak gitu ya.
We're going to go in straight across. We'll do the same thing to the opposite side, and then we're going to start working our way around removing the bottom section. Not going too deep, not rushing. I'm going to dump out, again, any excess liquid that's in here. Oh, one guy already fell out. They want to come out of the urchin. You remove any of those extra organs that are stuck on there. Submerge this into water, and we'll start retrieving these roe sacks. There, really gorgeous, East Coast sea urchin roe.
Ew.
Nothing's better than urchin, honestly.
Satunya apa dia?
This is great.
Hah?
Yang
So
ini apa?
hopefully today
Apa tadi?
I've
Dari babi
taken
juga?
some of the fear out of bringing home live shellfish. It takes a little bit of practice. Don't be afraid to make any mistakes. Oh,
Tuh, nih
and you should leave the claw meat
cara
still
buka
attached
apa?
to the claw.
Lobster,
Here we can separate out the knuckle, and then again
Ini crab kah lobster?
lobster.
with the
Kalau
crusher
makan
claw,
lobster tuh sebel.
use a
Dia rasa
heavy
kayak
fat
udang
knife
gitu, tapi
and
dia
just give
ini.
it a smack right on the fattest
Lebih
part
enak.
there. Same thing on the other side. Once you have those
Tapi
two
kan dia
sides
itu
cracked,
ada lobster kayak begini.
pretty much
Nah.
just take your hand
Di apa? Di sini.
and crush it.
Lobster kayak
Careful
apa?
not to destroy the meat on the inside.
Kita orang punya tuh lobster udang,
Right out.
bukan
Same
lobster
thing
ini.
to pincher.
Kan nggak ada
Pull
dia
it
dijapit.
straight out. For the
Lobster,
knuckles, you can use a
sayang.
specialized tool like this,
You know
specifically for
lobster
scooping
nggak?
out
Ini apa?
lobster meat. Go in through one of the
Lobster.
openings.
Baru.
Run the tip of it
Ya udah.
along the edge of the shell, trying to stay
Namanya
as
lobster
tight
ya
as
beda dengan
possible,
udang lah.
not break into any of the meat. You come in through the other side, and you can just push and shimmy that knuckle
Sudah.
right out. For the remaining parts of the leg, stick a skewer, the end of a spoon, something thin and non-flexible, into this first joint here, and you can kind of pop right out. And that meat comes right out, just like